I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic.
Alright, so today I'm gonna head over to the local Highfield guy and go look at new dinghies. So we're gonna do some pricing, look at availability, see what it'll cost, you know, so if they can get us what we want and get it, not gouge the hell out of us. Might be picking up or ordering a dinghy today, so we'll see. But the fun thing, one reason why I'm filming, rather than I think you want to watch me go freaking dinghy shopping, is we ended up tucking in the marina so we didn't get beat up out here. We've got a small craft advisory in this cove and it's protected, but it gets sporty out here, so we called it. We came into port here in Anacortes. Figure we'll do some errands while we're here. Kind of justify the dock fee for a night. Anyways, but this dinghy place on the other side of town, so rather than walk across town a few miles, I'm actually gonna take the dinghy out here, and so it might get sporty being a small craft. So if it is, it's always fun in the dinghy jumping waves. So if it is, I'll record it, and maybe it'll be entertaining for someone. But we'll see how it goes. Beginning, or go back and watch our old stuff. Over there is actually where the boatyard that we bought the Valhalla in here in Anacortes, so that was kind of cool. That's where they launched us in. We started running around since there, so it's kind of cool, a little nostalgic. There's a little marina down here. This is kind of the industrial part, all the cool shit I like in town. So we're gonna go sneak in there, dump the dinghy at the dock, and see if we can get ourselves some quotes and stuff on a new Highfield. But we're going in the old dinghy to go pick up our new Highfield. So the dealer, the guy who works on the business here at Anacortes, said he'd launch it for me. So I'm gonna hook it up to a line and tow it out and put it on deck until we can sell this one. So things you don't think about when you live full-time on a boat is it's not quite as easy as buying a dinghy. We got to get rid of this one, but I need this one to get to shore until I get the other one set up. And so we don't have an outboard yet. It's just the bare dinghy, so it'll be row city for a little bit. Yeah, so we're coming in here. I'm gonna put old Dinghy to work and see if this tired old 15 horse wants to tow the new dinghy. Oh, hopefully doesn't get upset knowing it's being replaced and shuts down on me. This is how you pick up a dinghy redneck style. We're towing her. Oh. And running into stuff. Alright, so I don't think you want to stare at my mug, but I can see if I can get some dinghy shots of towing without an outboard or anything. It's just kind of yawing all over the place, so it's kind of funny. Alright, there she is. It's the new freaking dinghy. So yeah, I don't know if I got into it. Yeah, so we wanted the 310. I'm gonna do a review on this once we get outboard. We're still gotta find outboard. I might go try to find something a year or two old, just a little bit older. We just spent a lot on getting it, and so he would have hooked us with a package deal and gave us a good deal on an outboard. He would have, but we already spent so much on this, so we were like, yeah, let's see what you can find. And then if I don't find anything good, I don't want to buy some old shitty outboard. If not, then I'm going back to him and I will buy an outboard through him. But yeah, so we got the 310. He was able to find it in this gray
I'll actually look up what the technical color is, but yeah, it's freaking the same size as old Dinghy. But yeah, we got it in dark gray with the gray hull, which I really wanted. He's trying to make it happen. Then he said might take a month or so. We had to put an order in for one, and then it's like added shipping charges, you know, because they got to ship a big ass Dinghy all the way across. And so I was like, let's just do the traditional style. And I was like, hey, it's fine, you know, I just was hoping. And then after we left, I said, give it a go on that one. And he was like, I found one, blah, blah, blah. And so it turns out this one's a 24. So it must have just showed up when we snagged it. So Adam freaking totally hooked us up. That was awesome. Ran down, like I said, himself in his own truck, went and picked it up, came back. Like, I went and saw him Monday. I think it was Monday. I went and saw him Monday. And it's Wednesday afternoon, and so he just freaking jumped, went, did everything. It was freaking great, easy. So strongly recommend him. If you guys are looking for a Highfield dealer, I won't mention names, but I looked at another dealer who kind of kicked around. It took forever to even email me back. We didn't even get to looking actually real seriously. So, and I mean, when I want to buy something, I'm ready to go. I already did all my homework well before this, and this is what I wanted. So I'm not going to get into that, but here at Anacortes, fresh air dinghy repair, is a Highfield dealer. Go talk to him. Really easy to work with. Just tell him what you want. He just kind of laid it all out, what my options were. It was awesome. And they also do retrofitting dinghies too. So we wanted the bare minimum for hauling it up on deck, but they do everything from center console setups to add-ons, all sorts of shit. So check him out. He really hooked us up on this one. She's in there. Yeah, she's in there tight. Yeah, I'll hold on to it.
I'll be gentle.
So we just got into the outboard. Just got the new outboard. And it's in my dad's Jeep now. Thing weighs 110 pounds. And we got like a -2 right now, which timing is perfect. But I'm gonna row the dinghy over to the bottom of this freaking ramp. We're gonna throw in a dock cart and see if we can't get this thing down without dumping it in the sound. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty freaking stoked. Never had a new outboard before. Looked to use, but it was just exhausting. A bunch of shit on mine. Now we got something with a warranty. So pretty stoked. So we'll get that on, see if that turns into a shit show. But otherwise, we got the outboard, the new dinghy. I'm gonna get rigged up today, and then we're back to one dinghy. We got the other one on land, at my brother's house, so we're gonna sell that. We're almost set. I don't remember where I left off, but here it is. It's mounted. Brand new outboard. Only hours on it are the one he did at the freaking dealer when he put it in the tank. So we got it mounted. I don't know if we talked about this one a whole lot. We went around and looked at getting a used and doing this. The used market just sucks, so we just broke out and bought a new one. Inventory is horrible. So the thing is, they had this is a 20, which is the max for this dinghy. So I went bigger. Just with the kids and loading everything up, we went bigger, and it's the same size motor as the 15. So weight of it, everything, it's just hopped up basically to the 15. So there's really no point, you know, you're not shaving weight by going to the 15 or anything. So we went with the 20, and then the only one they had was e-start and electric start. But the cool thing about this is some brands, they only have electric start. This still has a pull start, starts normal, which is pretty cool. It's an EFI motor, so having EFI with a pull start is pretty cool tech, honestly, because you got to spin it and get the stator on enough to start the fuel pump and stuff, so that's pretty cool that they got that. And but yeah, so we got these cables here. That's what these guys are. I'm taped up now because they will charge, so it's got a small charging system on it too. I will say about this Tohatsu I really like is it's 100 pounds, which for an E-Start 4-stroke 20 horse is pretty light. It's not light in general, but it's light for some of the outboards we're looking at were with less bells and whistles were heavier. I think my Yamaha 2-stroke 15 is like 80 pounds, I think, to give you an idea. So we got an extra 20 pounds with a lot of bells and whistles, so that's pretty cool. And then what I'm going to do, the one thing I don't care for, is that this thing, I didn't want the E-Start, but it was 300 bucks more, I should say, and it's the only one they had on the shelf. They had no, but it's a manual tilt to shave weight, because I don't need that foo-foo. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting a plug. I'm going to do like a winch plug, like a high amp quick disconnect here, something waterproof, and that way I can unplug it, and then I'll run this under the floor with the fuel lines. And then I think I'm going to do is run a motorcycle battery up there, so that'll be kind of cool. Those little motorcycle batteries are like 5-10 pounds, so it shouldn't add a whole lot of weight to the overall setup. And then I'm gonna hook up this water fuel separator. I don't know about other parts, but here we get a lot of water in the tank, so this will be cool to be able to dump that. So that's gonna go here. So I got a bunch of couple holes in my week old dinghy. That's always fun. And then yeah, I'll run that new water fuel separator, get that set up. All right, so here's the finished product. So one thing to keep in mind is I've seen a lot of people put fuel filters in a compartment, try to keep them clean, keep them out of the way. I was thinking about putting mine up there if I was small enough, but it's not. But I like it here because, one, I can see when there's water in here. I don't want to start, now that we have an EFI motor especially, I don't want to change this when it starts going blah, blah, blah. Most people, in my experience, change this when it starts cutting out, so I can start seeing this. And then I mounted this high enough, we can put a cup on here and get rid of the excess water. So that's another thing too that I liked. All right, so here's the new tank. I did the Moeller, fucking whatever it is. It's a brand you always see at most boat places. So this is the 6-gallon. I'll link it up below if you want. Anyone who's watching this setting up a Highfield, again, there's a certain size that fits, and I was kind of nervous. I couldn't really find a clear answer. A lot of people put the 3 gallons in. That's what the outboard came with, actually. But I will do 6, and I still have room here, and that's where I'm gonna mount my little battery. You can kind of see. Definitely will have some space for sure. I mean, okay, and then there. So that was pretty cool. So I went and got a quick release fitting. The outboard comes with fuel line, but I don't know if it's long enough, so I went and got the long 12-footer, and so I'm going to route this so the pump is off to the side so I can still access the pump bulb, and then I'll run the rest of it through and pop it out there in the back. So see how easy that goes. I've never done this before in one of these Highfields. I understand the principle of it, but I haven't actually done it. Now it's just going to be kind of a pull one, push the other kind of deal. Did it like that so that if I need to pull, I can do this, just leave the fuel there, pull the tank out, yada yada. This guy can still get in a pump, and there still should be room for my battery to come up for my electric start. We're gonna be fancy on this boat, man. Holy crap. Yeah, I will say we've seen these Highfields like run around the marina. We've seen other cruisers online with my father bought one, actually. He got one. I got a center console, super nice 360, and that was like the deciding factor after running them. But I will say I see people get like these new dinghies, and we're gonna do a price breakdown for these for anyone that's wondering. They add up really quick. You know, you'll see our suggested price, and then getting it loaded, outboard, all this shit, it gets really expensive. So but to be clear for anyone, this is a pretty fancy setup. We really honestly can't afford to do this fancy of stuff on the boat. We just prioritize what's important. After the incident in Bainbridge, the old motor, the old 2-stroke, it ran great, but every once in a while it fluffed out, and really crappy fuel and stuff, which is why we're doing this. The only issue we actually had with that was water and fuel and that crappy old tank. But anyway, so it just bring to light that this is important. Hang on, this is Rose. It just brought to light how important this is, because this is our car, right? So we got rid of all of our cars, we did all this, so this is our car, right? This gets us. But there's also situations where, you know, if we get ourselves in trouble on the boat, this might need to take us a long journey to shore. If the boat's ever broken off some remote thing, we may be stacking cans and we may take this thing miles and miles to get to the nearby civilization. So, or I may end up hypnotising it again and freaking sticking it in gear. So that's why I did the 20, the big one. A 20 will at least get this big berth lady going. So anyway, just kind of want to make that clear, is, you know, I think some of these people, they are blowing money like crazy, and if I had it, I would, for real. And you might see the money being spent, but it's all a plan to use money that we have while we're here in civilization when we won't have it later. So that was our thought, was buy it now. The old Dinghy was fine, but I don't know if it would have lasted 5-10 years. In 5-10 years, if all goes to plan, we won't be anywhere near civilization. Hopefully. So that was kind of the goal with this. So just in case everyone thinks we got money flying our ass, couldn't be farther from the truth. But this was just one of those things where, you know, it was, you know, 25% more to buy a brand new outboard with warranty versus one that was 5 to 8 years old and we had no idea about its past and all that stuff. So now I can regulate. I'm really anal about maintenance. Anyone who follows the channel knows I'm super anal about maintenance. And so now I can maintain this thing, and a motor lasts a lot longer if, you know, if you're keeping up with everything. So anyway, that's my whole spiel.
First ride.
First ride. Take it easy for a second.
Don't wanna sleep in